Amelia, I didn't say good morning to you. Mackenzie, I think I didn't say that to you either. Good morning. Alyssa, good morning. Landon, good morning. Morning, Kayla. Morning, Connor. Just want to give it, a couple minutes like I always do, just to make sure everyone's alive and well. Morning, Abby. Morning, Ian. Ian, are you a Polar Express fanatic? Isn't that the guy from Polar Express? That's your little picture? The guy that wants all the presents? It looks like him. Ian's not going to talk to me today. All right, well, we're going to get started. It's good to see everybody. I mean, kind of. It'd be great if you all could be on camera once in a while so I could actually see you. Oh, okay. That's funny. Anyway, so I'll give you the rundown for today. I want to do the warm-up. I want to go through the backtrack. I'm not gonna, spend a ton of time on that because I don't want to just be sitting here giving people answers. So I guess if you want the answers, you got to go to my YouTube channel and watch the video back. I guess that would be my best advice to you. But like I said, I'm not gonna dilly-dally on my answers because I don't really want people to be sitting there writing it down when they haven't done it. So anyway, but that'll be helpful for your test, and that test will be Tuesday. Sorry for the postponement. But yesterday was kind of a really crazy day, and I was at the school doing SAT, and it lasted a lot longer than what I had thought, and I missed my 4th hour and my 5th hour, and then my 6th hour, I wasn't able to get there until half of the way through. So I postponed 5th hours and felt that it was, more fair to postpone yours as well than to hold you accountable for the same time when I'm pushing it back for another group of kids. So your test will be Tuesday. We still have the same deadlines though. I want the backtrack done by tomorrow. Your PowerPoint slideshow, whatever, was due today before class. So hopefully you got that in. And then next week, Tuesday will be your test. So you'll show up with your cameras on and we'll take the test. And then once the test's over, you can go. And then Thursday we'll start the next unit, okay, which is on wellness. So if you have a question about that, put something in the chat. If everything sounds okay, great. Next week we'll be back on our demos again. So I'll be demonstrating, and then you'll be doing the demo page for next week. So anyway, so if you have questions, put it in the chat, or you can unmic at any time and ask me a question. It's perfectly fine if you're alive and well and not in your still dream state. So let's go ahead and start with that warm up. So I'll present my screen to you. There we go. Okay, so let's go down to the warm-ups. In case you didn't miss it last time, we're on October 12th through the 22nd. We are only answering the nutrition question, N1, always. And we always need to make sure they're in complete sentences with caps and N's. So the question is, what FBI's committed the crime of getting people sick? So on your clue organization form, what were the 3 foodborne illnesses that were getting your people sick? So I don't know if you can remember, but If you can't, just give me your best guess for what you can recall on that sheet, unless you can pull it up. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, start. You got less than a minute. Oh, shoot. Did I screw up? Oh, sugar muffins. Oh, okay. Sorry. I just saw your little note, Caroline. Yes, you are correct. I had it on the wrong date. I'm sorry. So hopefully everyone else noticed that. So I guess the question was, what is another name used for foodborne illness? I feel like we did that one before too. That one looks familiar to me. Have you guys done that question before? I guess I would say either you did the one that I messed up on, which is fine, or you'll do the one about foodborne illness. If I already did it, still answer it. That would be my brain turning to mush. Does anyone remember that, Caroline? Do you remember that one? Maybe I asked it in a different class. I don't know. Okay. Okay, Alex does, you don't. Okay. That's interesting. All right, we'll still answer it the best you can. I guess I'm not playing with the full deck this morning. Okay. So, let's go to the backtrack. So if you started that, pull it out. If you haven't started it, you might be able to get some answers today. So just go ahead and pull that backtrack up. It's in Google Classroom. I believe it says backtrack, so that's what you want to look for. Okay, and we're going to go over those questions. Okay, so I'm going to unpresent my screen here. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question, and if you know the answer, just unmic and come in. So, question number 1, why do most cases of food poisoning go unreported? Why do you think there's not, they go unreported? What do you think the reasoning is for that? Kind of talked about this right at the beginning when we were talking about the symptoms are similar to something else. Does this ring a bell? Anybody?
I'm actually not sure, but maybe is it for like if they find out they have to like shut down maybe like their restaurant or whatever.
Um, well, if they shut down their restaurant, then it would have been reported.
I said,
So,
well, and
so what?
say why wouldn't it be reported? So like that's why people wouldn't report it,
Because they
so
don't
they
want
can
their
keep
restaurant shut
open.
down? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
Um,
about, let's talk about an individual person
The
though.
flu?
I,
More
Oh,
like the flu?
Yeah, yeah, it's more like the flu. So Cameron, you're right when you look at it in that perspective. I can totally see that that makes total sense. But if we're talking about an individual person, whoever chimed in, you are right that these are very similar symptoms to the flu or the stomach flu, and then they just kind of associate it with that, thinking, okay, well, it's going to be gone in a couple days. I'll just kind of wait it out. So the answer is because people mistake the symptoms for stomach flu.
okay.
Okay, but thanks for chiming in, Cameron. Okay, number 2, what is the most common cause of foodborne illness in the United States? What is the most common cause of foodborne illness in the United States?
Undercooked food?
contaminated food.
Okay, so you're not wrong, but the actual correct answer is harmful bacteria. Okay, so that's what is the common cause, is harmful bacteria. Number 3, what 4 types of bacteria cause the most common and serious foodborne illnesses? What 4 types of bacteria cause the most common and serious foodborne illnesses? And this is one that these were 4 that we talked about in our case studies. Can you name one or all 4, 2, 3? How many can you name?
I don't know if this is bacteria, but E. coli?
Yes, good job. Can I get somebody else or the same person?
Neurovirus.
I do not have neurovirus. That's coming up on my next question, though. What's another one? E. coli was one. Norovirus is considered a virus, so we're talking about bacteria. So that's going to be like your little hint that it wouldn't be that. So just a little FYI. What are the ones that are bacteria based?
The one that's like staph something.
Yeah, that one didn't make the top 4. This is the top 4 that caused the most serious foodborne illness.
Hepatitis?
That's a virus. Good answer though, but it's a virus. Think back to the ones that we talked about. What ones do you hear all the time?
Salmonella.
Yes, salmonella. And then there's 2 more. One starts with an L, the other one starts with a C. Any takers out there?
Listeria.
Yes, listeria. And there's one more that starts with a C, and it's really hard to say, and it's kind of close to lobster.
Clostridium.
No. Nope. This one is close to lobster. Remember Campylobacter? Remember that one? Crazy name. Okay, here we go. What's this going to be? Who can hit the buzzer the fastest? What 2 viruses may be contracted from contaminated raw or uncooked shellfish? Go.
Norovirus.
Correct. What's another one? Somebody already said it. Starts with an H.
Hepatitis.
Yes, good job. Nicely done. Okay, number 5. List 5 main steps for outwitting food contaminators. How would you outwit them? Any takers out there? 5 steps for outwitting food contaminators.
Is this like 5 things you can do to like not get food poisoning?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Um, One could be if you think it's expired, or like if it smells expired, or if the date is like overdue, throw it away.
Yep. So what the overview of what you just said is shop with safety in mind. So you're going shopping, you're checking those pull dates, you're making sure the can you buy isn't dented, things like that. Okay. So in a nutshell, to simplify, is shop with safety in mind. Anything else you can think of out there that might be considered a way to keep you safe? Hello, hello. Okay, thank you. Keep the kitchen clean and yourself. So keep clean in the kitchen. Okay, so here's a couple more. You store food safely. Okay. You prepare food safely, so no cross-contamination, things like that. And you pack food safely. Okay. Okay, number 6. How can food processors help assure a safe food supply? So how can food processors help assure a safe food supply? What do you think? People that process your food, how can they make sure it's safe?
Correct handling.
Very good. Yes. What about, let's say they are a meat warehouse. What would be the most important thing at a meat warehouse? What if it was like 90 degrees out and we're at the meat plant? What is important about the meat plant?
They have to make sure it doesn't like expire or go like overdue.
Okay. What about the 90-degree day though, and what's important that meat processor has in their facilities? 90 degrees outside. What do you want? Yes, thank you, Ian. So it stays cool. Thank you. So like I think of the different meat processing plants around here, and it's really important that temperature control, because you don't want it to be super hot outside and then have it hot in there, and then that causes your meat to spoil. So we want to make sure that there's proper temperatures, the facility's clean. That's another thing that causes problems is when people process foods and they just don't have a sterile environment. By not accepting foods that are suspected of being tainted, setting and monitoring guidelines for handling foods. So, they have to abide by certain guidelines, and they need to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, not kind of flying under the radar, and trying to get by health inspectors and things like that because they're not doing their proper protocol. Okay. Number 7, what foods are monitored by the USDA and FSIS? What foods? Do you remember? Don't all jump at it at once.
Meat and egg products.
Yes, and then there's one more, and that's poultry. So thank you. Number 7 was poultry, eggs, and meat products. Good job. Okay, number 8, what foods are monitored by the FDA? What foods are monitored by the FDA? It's kind of the opposite of the question we just had. Can you think of the opposite? Any thoughts out there in the land of silence? Okay.
Maybe
so,
vegetables.
No, Well, yes.
And
I
fruit?
shouldn't say that. Okay. It's basically all other foods besides poultry, eggs, and meat. So I would say it that way. Just all foods except for poultry, eggs, and meat, because we know the USDA and the FSIS have that taken care of. Okay. All right. Number 9. Who checks food handling in local grocery stores and food service operations? So your grocery store, Myers, Walmart, who makes sure that the food is stored properly and that they're following proper protocol? Do you know who is responsible for that? It's not an acronym. It's just the health department. So, we have people that go into those stores and they make sure that, they'll go in, and not even look like a health inspector and, check temperatures of the coolers, make sure they're at the proper temperature. They will go to, like, let's say the milk, and they'll look and see if there's any dates that aren't pulled because the date has already gone past. I mean, they come in and they just, go around and do these things. They might even put a thermometer in the meat, just to make sure that those coolers are keeping them as cold as possible, to keep their temperature from developing any form of bacteria. So your local health department, and that's a job. So that interests you. It's kind of like a policeman, only in a different way. You're policing something else. Okay, number 10. What are a consumer's responsibility with regards to food safety? So what are a consumer's responsibilities with regards to food safety? So as a consumer, what is your job? What are your responsibilities as a consumer?
We need to wash our hands. Make sure the meat doesn't look weird before we buy it.
Okay.
Make sure the cans aren't dented.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to just kind of simplify what you said. So choose wholesome foods, which is basically what you just said. You also said handle foods properly. And then the one you didn't say is report foodborne illness. Okay, so that way we can detect, what facilities are not following the proper protocol and they're obviously hurting or harming the consumer. So reporting that to the health department. Okay, number 11. Can a person avoid foodborne illness completely by avoiding foods that look, smell, and taste bad? Why or why not? So yes or no? What do you think? Can a person avoid foodborne illness completely by avoiding foods that look, smell, and taste bad? What's your thoughts?
I said no because a lot of things go bad. A lot of things go bad that you don't even know about. Like it doesn't have a smell or it doesn't have a different taste.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So correct. The answer is no. And it, just like she said, many contaminated foods, don't look, smell, or taste, or, you can't, it's masked. You can't tell necessarily by looking at it, smelling it, or tasting it. Okay. All right, number 12. Let's see, not what. Is it safe to eat rare pork? Why or why not? Yes or no, and why or why not? Or just tell me yes or no. Just getting some kind of response would be great. Yes or no, you got a 50-50 chance. What do you think?
It's not good to eat raw meat. So no.
Exactly. Do you know what pork you can get from pork if it is not cooked all the way? It's called trichinalia, and it's only destroyed when pork is cooked. Well done. Okay, so the answer is no, and it's because there's a type of bacteria that gets on the meat that can cause you to get sick, and you can't get rid of it unless it's cooked to well done. All right, 13. Why should moldy foods be discarded? What does mold create? Why should moldy foods be discarded? What is your thoughts?
It creates bacteria.
Ding, ding. Good job, Logan. It also creates toxins, and then toxins are poisonous. So because molds produce toxins, which are poisons to the body. So that's not a good thing. Good job. All right. We're on the homeward stretch here. All right, so we're at number 14. If you have many errands, why should you save food shopping for last? Hopefully this will be just like a no-brainer for most of you.
Well, because if you don't want if you have milk or ice cream or something, if it melts, it'll kind of ruin it. If you put it back in the freezer or put it back in the fridge, it's not good after that.
Right.
So
And it has the potential to develop bacteria, so you want to make sure that you take it home and store it quickly and keep foods cold and hot foods hot. So sometimes you can buy an insulated bag, like in the summer. That's what my family does, because sometimes we go to the store and then we go to Sam's Club, so we'll buy an insulated bag to put all the cold stuff in while we're in Sam's Club, just purchasing up a couple other items that we need. So there's always that option as well. Okay, number 15, list 2 precautions you should take when cooking marinated meats. Okay, so what would be 2 precautions that you would take when you are marinating meat? Do you remember this? It was on one of our sheets. I remember reading the question. Anybody in the cyber world?
is it maybe because you can't see it cook all the way every time?
Well, one of the reasons is because you want to, you don't want to put marinades on unless they're cooked all the way through. Okay, so do not put cooked meat on the same plate as, do not put cooked meat on the same plate as uncooked meat. That would be one. Brush sauces only on cooked surfaces of meat. Do not use marinades as meat sauces. So sometimes, like, I don't know about you, but sometimes we use teriyaki and it's so good. And I'm like, oh, it'd be great if we could just dip our chicken in that, but it's already been in the raw product. And so you still have that possibility of bacteria. So you wouldn't then put it in like another container and serve it with the chicken because it's got bacteria in there. If you wanted to use it, though, you'd have to put it on the stove and bring it up to temperature to kill all the bacteria. And then you could possibly use it if you really wanted to. Or I always just save a little extra out. Don't even marinate the meat in it. I just put it out on the side as a sauce, and it never touches the meat. So there's always that as well. All right, number 16. Why are children at greater risk for foodborne illness than adults? Why is that?
Because their immune system isn't fully developed.
Excellent. Yep, because the immune systems are not mature enough to fight bacteria easily. Very good. Number 7, why would you want to keep food your suspect has made you ill? Why would you want to keep food your suspect has made you ill? So why? Okay, so if I got sick and I thought it was this chicken, why would I want to keep that chicken?
So you can report it.
Yes. Okay. Correct. Good job. Yeah, so the health department has something that they can maybe test and look at and see if that maybe is what has caused, people to get sick. Okay, number 18, how can you protect yourself from pesticide residues? Say some fruit at the store and you're thinking maybe there's some pesticides left on it. What could you do?
Wear gloves.
Well, you bite into the apple. That's not going to help you if there's pesticides on the skin.
Wash the fruit well.
There you go. Remove outer leaves from a leafy vegetable as well. Okay, good job. Number 19, how can you protect yourself from environmental contaminants found in fish? So what could you do with that? Any fishermen out there? Fisher women. Okay, so go ahead. Sorry.
I put down to to cook it really well.
Okay. So two of those things that were mentioned were choose leaner fish and eat fresh fish no more than once a week. So you're not how do I want to say it? Basically eating it so much that you're causing yourself to have more of a chance of it. I was thinking of a word and I'm not able to say it. Oh my God. Okay. What personal hygiene habits have you violated or seen violated by others when working with food? So what have you guys seen out there? Maybe in your own kitchen, or maybe you've done it. Well, I'll start. I sometimes have chosen a product without really looking at the date, like I'm in a hurry or something, and then I grab it, and then I realize later that it wasn't the correct date. It should have been pulled. That's one thing I've done. What about you guys? Or what have you seen?
My parents like to get milk that expires 2 days 2 days after they buy it.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that stinks, doesn't it?
So I kind of have to chug that thing, but
chocolate milk for everyone. What else? Like when you went to a restaurant or something, if they, like I think of Qdoba, they make it right in front of you, or Subway, they'll make it right in front of you. Have you ever noticed any, things that you kind of question, or you're like, I wonder why?
Well, at Subway they changed the knife. I've seen them not change the knife after like 5 subs.
Okay. So, if you are really, like, for example, I think of like a vegetarian, and they may not want that same knife used on their sub because it cut through meat, that could be an issue. If they were to put, meat, somehow, having the meat be exposed or something along those lines, but the meat is cooked, so it's not like it's raw, or they freeze it or flash freeze it or whatever, so it's not really, like a chicken breast that you get at the store and you throw down on your cutting board and then maybe cut up lettuce or something. And I don't think that's going to be a concern. What I was thinking, like, you didn't see them wash their hands, or they weren't wearing gloves, or their hair wasn't back, things like that. Those simple violations that, are kind of considered unsanitary type of thing. So that's all I was wondering. All right. So if you didn't get all those, you can always play my YouTube video back. I'll make sure I get it on there today. And you can, just kind of peruse through our conversation and pull those answers if you need them. But that is due tomorrow. So make sure you get it in and then kind of look it over a couple times. Like for me, if I was studying, I would probably read through this review sheet a couple times just to read the question and get the answers kind of set in my mind. And then if you remember too, we did the contaminators. I'd read through that. It almost looked like a multiple choice test, but I would read through those also. And then I would also go back to our food and home and on the go sheet, and I would go through that a couple times. And I would probably do that a couple days in a row. So like you're looking at 30 minutes. So 30 minutes, sit down, go through this review, the food at home and the contaminators, and I would go through that a couple times. And then I'd put it to bed, and then the next day, or maybe Sunday night or Monday night, I'd go through it again a couple times. And that's, I think, because sanitation is kind of, things that we all do. We all wash our hands, we all, you're going to have a lot of it already in your head, but there are some things that are more specific that you might need to know, like the acronyms and things like that, that could possibly be on the assessment. So just kind of be aware of that. You don't have to commit yourself to like 2 hours, in front of this material, just like maybe 30 minutes going through each question and just, going over the answer, I think that should do you just fine. Okay, so you're looking at maybe an hour to study for the test if you do it in chunks. Okay, and that's what I would suggest to keep it fresh in your mind. Okay, and then Monday night before class starts in the morning. So are there any questions or anything that I can answer at this time for you to accommodate you for what's coming up or anything along those lines? You could also look back through some of our notes as well, so keep that in mind. And there might be a little bit, if I can recall correctly, from the kitchen math, so just know your quarts and pints and cups and things like that, just the real simple ones. I'm not going to give you a like a math problem or something like that, but I might ask you just some real general questions. Okay. All right. So if there isn't anything more on that, let's go to your PowerPoint presentations, and we're going to go over a couple of them. Okay. So I might show off some of your work. So let me present my screen to you. I don't know if some of you knew this or not, but I did put the rubric for the PowerPoint right in the same spot as the PowerPoint in Google Classroom, so that you all had access to that and could see, like, okay, what do I really specifically need on these slides to get my points? So I'm just going to quickly go through how to get a 4 on each category, and then that'll kind of give you an idea of how this will be scored. So organization, the content is well organized using headings or bulleted lists to group related material. The content covers topic in depth with details and examples. Requirements, all requirements are met and exceeded. Mechanics, no misspellings or grammatical errors. Attractiveness, makes excellent use of fonts, color, graphics, effects, etc. to enhance the presentation. And you could have done a bonus, which is an article that is summarized containing a working link to the full work and related food felons. So that was a bonus if you did that. So let's go and we'll pull up some that I'm just going to highlight here. And we'll have whoever gets chosen just kind of read your slides. That's all you got to do is read through them. All right, so I'm just going to take a shot in the dark. We can still have 14 that haven't been turned in, so I'm just going to at random pick one. Okay, Kayla Vogel, you have been the chosen one. And so I just want you to, as I display your slides, just read through them for us like you are the presenter, if you will look at it that way. And I'm just trying to remember how I can present this. How do I present this? I can't remember. There's like some little, oh, I remember. Here we go. I couldn't think of it. What do I have to do? All right, Kayla, you're up. So you unmic yourself and just read through your slides if you could, if they ever load. Let's hope it's gonna, oh, there we go. Okay, yes. I'm sure you're excited that it just loaded. All right, so I'm gonna be your second in command, and you're the first in command, and you are gonna read through your slides, and then I'll click when you're done, okay? All right, so you are on, sister. Kayla Vogel, are you in the house? Miss Vogel. Is she alive? I know she's here. Where is Kayla? Did she leave? Connor, where's your sister? Heck.
She says she got kicked off.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I told her to get back on.
Let's just wait like 30 seconds to a minute to see if she can pop back in. I think that was interesting that I pulled her name and then she's gone.
Probably.
Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, there she is. Yes. Okay, Kayla. I pulled your name and I'm going to have you read your slides and I'm going to click through them for you after you get done. Okie dokie. Miss Kayla. Hello. Where is she?
So I'm just reading them?
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Okay.
Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I will be your second MC and I will just kind of push the button as you go through them, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. If it ever loads. I had it all set and then you got kicked out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you're up. Go ahead.
You want me
So
to read the
who-
questions too?
Well, yeah. So who you did case number 1 on Kieran. So who committed the crime, did you think?
Well, I was confused what that meant, but I asked Jen and she said it was the
Foodborne illness?
yeah.
Yeah. So you had the Campylobacter for that one. I did too. And then why did it happen? What did you think caused it?
Because the chicken was pink.
Okay. And then how could you have how could it have been prevented?
And the cook could have cooked it longer.
Okay, good.
Also,
Hey, what
I did
about
all of them.
you? What?
I did all of them.
Oh, you go, girl. I'm just gonna do the first 3, so
Okay.
you can stop at 3. So you did case number 2 with Melissa, and what did you think it was?
I don't even know how to say it.
Botulism?
Yeah, that.
And then why did that happen?
Because the restaurant used canned green beans instead of fresh ones because they ran out.
Okay. And then how could it have been prevented?
Either not use the canned green beans or make sure the can wasn't dented or anything or open.
Excellent. Good job. What about Tony, case number 3? Who did you think committed the crime? Clostridium?
Yeah.
She's like, Zepka, help me.
Yeah.
And then why did it happen?
I think I put the wrong picture or I did the wrong thing.
That's okay. Don't worry about your pictures.
I think that one because the eggs were runny, but I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
is one that
remember.
does have an runny eggs, but this isn't the one. This is the one with the gravy.
Yeah, I don't know why I put
That's
that.
okay. Things happen. I'm more interested in the information, but yeah, you did have to have a visual, but I think it'll be all right. And then how could it have been prevented?
They didn't use the gravy that they used, or maybe
I think the
it had to be cooked
gravy,
longer.
I think it was set out or something and they decided to use it, something along those lines. All right, you're off the hook. You're like, yes. All right, I'm going to go back and pick another one. So be ready. You might be the next person that I decide needs to do their presentation here. Okay. Let me go back. Oh, let's go down to, I can't do that. Let's go Kelsey. We'll have Kelsey do hers. Kelsey, did you do different ones besides 1, 2, 3?
I did 1, 3, 5.
Okay, so I'll have you do 5 because that's different.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. So we'll have you do your number 5. So go ahead and as soon as I get it in presentation mode, if this ever loads. I don't know if you can hear that, but my dogs are fighting each other. It's not me. I'm not making grunting noises. Oh, God. All right. Someday in this future, we'll have this loaded here. There we go. All right, let's go to case number 5. Go ahead and read just for your slide. It's case number 5. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah. I said I think it was salmonella that caused the crime. Because the cook said he gave Eric expired hot dogs because they smelt fine. And then the cook should have never gave Eric the expired hot dogs.
Okay. Excellent. All right, let's go see if somebody else did a different one. Because I need to know, and if you did 4, 6, 7, let me know, because we can just go right to your presentation and then bypass me having to pick at random different things. So let's see. Alex, do you remember which ones you did? If it was, did you do 4, 6, or 7? Is Alex still in the house here?
I did. What did I do? 3,
Oh, you did.
5, and 7. Yeah.
Okay, let's have you do 7 because that one hasn't been done yet.
Okay.
Okay. Let me pull it up for you.
I can do 4 and 6.
Woo! Yes. Is that Logan? Who is that?
Logan.
Logan, yes. Okay, Logan will have you do 4 and 6. That'd be great. Lordy B, I can't. This just takes forever to load. I wonder if it's because I'm on camera. Maybe I should turn my camera off. That sometimes helps. Okay. So, Alex, I said you're going to do 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just read through your slides so we can see kind of what you thought and the answers to some of your questions. So you did 7 on Allison. What did you think the culprit was?
Botulism.
Okay. And then go ahead and just read your 3 answers to the questions.
So I just basically wrote, like, she ate at the cafe today a couple of days ago, and she ordered a tuna sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and cheese, potato wedges, celery sticks, cheesecake, and a water. She said that the sandwich had a fishy odor, but she said that may have just been because it was a tuna sandwich. And the cook said that he had left the tuna out all day due to customer complaints that it was too cold. A few days after she ate there, she was admitted to the hospital for nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. She said she would have gone sooner, but suspected that it was only a stomach flu.
Okay, awesome. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right, Logan, you're up, buddy. I just got to go in and find your presentation, so hopefully I can do that quickly. Logan, where is Logan? There he is.
Okay. Right in the middle.
Yep. And if it loads, then we'll go right to you here. So you're going to be doing Shane and Gary, and then we'll just have you read through your slides and then see what you came up with. All right. So 4, this one's 4, I think. Yeah, right here. All right, let me present the screen for you. Okay, so go ahead. As soon as it comes on, you're on. There you go.
Case 4. Who committed the crime? The crime was committed by Carl Campbell-Bachter.
Good job.
What caused it? The middle of the burger was still kind of raw. How could they have prevented it? Just cook the burger longer.
Okay. And then you are going to do Gary, number 6.
Who committed the crime? E. coli is the culprit. The eggs were still kind of raw, and they just could have cooked they could have cooked the eggs all the way, because if the eggs are raw, then that's many problems are there.
Okay. So excellent. Good job. Okay, so there we kind of went through them all. And good job on those PowerPoints. They look fantastic. I'll try to get those scored within the next couple days so that you can kind of see how things progress. But remember, next Friday is the end of our quarter. So I don't know if you saw this or not, but I changed the deadline, and I don't know who it affected, but Monday Monday will be the deadline for all work. And then Tuesday, half credit, and then Wednesday, 0 credit. So just kind of keep that in mind. I pushed the dates back as far as I could. So if you want to get anything in for full credit, you'll need to do it at that time. Okay. Are there any questions that I can answer or anything like that you have for the good of the order or anything like that? Okay, so what I would like you to do with your remaining time is a couple things. Number 1, work on the backtrack. Number 2, work on your PowerPoint if I don't have it. 3, work on any outstanding work that I don't have. Okay. And above all, if everything is in and accounted for, then look over your notes because I'm going to be here till 8:35 and I'm here to answer any questions you have. I also have office hours today from 2 to 3. So just know that you could always pop in if there was a question that you had. Feel free to email me at any time. I check those, a bunch of times a day. I try to get back with you as soon as I possibly can. So you can always reach out to me that way if something, affects whatever that you have a question or concern about. Otherwise, I'm good for today. I just expect you to be working until 8:35. You can stick around, you can head out. Totally up to you at this moment in time, but like I said, I would like you to be fully nutrition until 8:35. So however you want to do that is up to you. Those that participated, thank you today. Appreciate you guys. Hey, Nick, it's good to see you. It's been a while. Are you in the house or are you asleep? Nick, Mackenzie, are you guys alive? Bubble guppies?
Yes, I just realized I did my presentation wrong.
Oh no, what happened?
Like for the first question, I thought
Uh-huh.
it was asking us who committed the crime, like the person. So I wrote down the chef for all of them
Oh.
instead of the thing.
Well, yeah, that's an easy fix. That's no biggie.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good though that you figured that out before, I actually looked at it.
Yeah.
Are you a Bubble Guppy fan?
No, not really. I don't know why that's my picture. I'm pretty sure that's from like 6th grade, but
Oh my gosh. That's a blast from the past, isn't it?
yes,
Oh my goodness gracious. You got any big plans this weekend?
I don't.
No, just studying and getting all your work done?
Yeah. Actually, my friend is having like a fake homecoming where some of us are
Oh,
going on
yeah.
Saturday.
My daughter's doing that same thing where one of the parents is hosting it and they're going there for the dance. Is that kind of
Yeah,
what you're doing?
yeah, that's what we're doing too.
Yeah,
There's
so
like 10 people or something.
uh-huh. Well, their daughter's a senior, and so they're just trying to make her senior year not feel so,
Yeah,
like nothing's in it that's normally in it, like homecoming and all the festivities and yeah.
yeah,
So that's good though. And you're going, do you have a date?
I do.
Ooh. Is it somebody in your grade?
Yeah, Caden.
Okay.
I don't know if you know him.
What's his last name?
Guthrie,
That sounds familiar. What grade again?
this grade. Same
Is
grade.
it 9th or 10th?
9th grade.
Okay, I wouldn't know him.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I hope you guys have a great time.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can stick around or you can head out. It's totally up to you.
Okay.
All right, well, have a good one. Enjoy your
Bye.
homecoming.
Thank you.
Yep, bye-bye. Nick, are you there? Nick.